Okay, ladies, so you've got the thriving career, you've got your dream home and an enviable relationship and life that most people wish they had. So why is it then that when you lay your head down at night, you still feel completely empty? Why does it feel like your passion has died and life feels like it lacks purpose? And most of all, why does it feel like that you've got everything that you've worked so hard for, but you still end up asking yourself, is this all there is? I fulfilled all the expectations that my parents wanted from me. I completed my business college. I got myself an amazing job, working for the most elite company in the world, and everything was going well. I was climbing the corporate ladder, had an awesome salary, had great friends, and I built a life around what I thought was my ideal life. But deep down inside, I felt like that there was always something missing. I had this constant feeling in my gut, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this, and that gut was telling me that there was more to life than what I was living. And I knew I wasn't following my own path, that I was only doing what I was doing to please others. So this dream life that I had built for myself felt really empty. And I kept asking myself, is this really all there is? Now, society paints a picture of the dream life. You got to get good grades, get a good job, make more money, buy your dream home, get married, have kids, and then retire at the age of 70, or these days it's 75. But really, is this really what life is all about? Now, as women, we're often taught to be quiet, to be good little girls, and do things to please others. And we're domestically trained, and we're expected to be the dutiful daughter, the dutiful wife, the dedicated mother, and there's so much expected of us. We always give to others more than we give to ourselves. And we choose paths that we don't even really want to travel, all because it's expected of us. We ignore our intuition and that inner guide that tells us that we are going down the wrong path and we should be taking this other path that we actually love. But then we end up neglecting our passions, and we always try to mold ourselves to being what society expects of us. We tell ourselves that we're not good enough, or we'll never be enough. We tell ourselves that our dreams are stupid and silly. And we are conditioned to be kept in a cage, or to be leashed and to be tamed. But if we continue to do this, I can tell you now from my own personal experience, ladies, that resentment will kick in and it'll just fester into your life. We'll feel repressed, we'll feel numb despite creating this amazing life. Then you'll have that internal voice that will just constantly nag and nag and nag. And we'll feel constantly disappointed with ourselves, always feeling like we're letting others down because we're not putting 100% into what we're actually doing with our life. And then we feel guilty for not following through on what we really want to do. We become resentful of the whole situation. And deep down, we know that we are living a small life, and we know that we have the potential for more. I know what it feels like, because one day I was watching the sun go down, just thinking about the life that I had built. And it was then that I realized that doing life the way I was doing it was only going to bring me regret. And if anything, I never ever wanted to live my life with regret. So I chose to change my life, even though it was scary and I was going to be jumping out of my comfort zone. Even though that conscious mind of mine was telling me that I was wasting the work, the time and the money that I'd put into my education and my career. But I chose my freedom. I didn't want the life that my parents had. I didn't want the life that they wanted for me to live. I didn't want the life that the majority of society seems to dream of. And I didn't want that monotonous life that was all planned out. I followed my heart instead, and it was scary. I chose to live my life with meaning and purpose. And when I realized this, I ended up quitting my highfalutin job. I sold all of my belongings, including my beautiful convertible, and I traveled. I traveled to Cambodia, and I built water pumps and houses for the villagers. And then I lived in Nepal, and I taught kids English. I used to spin the globe and travel to countries that my finger would land on. I traveled to so many different places. I ended up marrying the man of my dreams, and we built a beautiful villa on a tropical island. And now we own thriving businesses built on empowering others with their lives. So I have lived a life that I know that I will never regret, all because I found the courage to do so. And it all starts with knowing what you want out of your life. So, wild woman, I don't know where you are in this world or what situation you're in right now. But if any of what I am saying is ringing true for you, I want you to know that you have ultimate control over your life. You don't have to settle. You can make the change, and it's never too late, no matter how old you are. You don't have to do what I did, okay, exploding my whole life, but you can make small changes that's going to help you pave the way to a better life that you absolutely love. So I want you to go get a pen and a paper or notebook and journal, and let's do this little exercise together. And be sure to let the answers just flow, okay? So get it out of your head and then just write. All right, so my first question for you is, what do you want out of your life? Now for me, my ultimate goal was always freedom. I wanted the freedom to choose my own life. I wanted the freedom to follow my passions. I wanted the freedom to go to many different places in the world. Freedom to follow the dreams that I had for myself and not have to rely on someone to determine how my life was going to be. So what about you? Write it all down. And you can pause this video if you want to, if you need some time. So press pause and then just write it all down. Allow it to flow out of you. Okay, so my next question is, who do you want to be? Do you want to be independent? Do you want to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and not have to rely on your partner or your parents? Do you want to make your own money? Do you want to be confident and be more adventurous? What kind of woman do you want to be? And when you're done with that, I want you to ask yourself, what's stopping you from doing this? What's stopping you from living the life that you want for yourself? What's caging you in? Is it yourself? Is it your mindset, money, or other people's expectations of you? What's stopping you from living your dream life? Write it all down. And finally, my final question is, how do you unleash it? Write down everything that comes to mind, because you know the answers to all of this. You might think that you're confused and you don't really know your way and you don't know where you want to go, but you do. I can guarantee you do. And there's a voice within you that probably tells you that all the time, but you're ignoring it. So tap into that inner wisdom and that voice. Okay, awesome work, ladies. So this is your first step to your freedom. So keep this to yourself if you want to. This is all of yours. This is your real dreams. And even though your mind is probably throwing doubt your way, Ignore those negative thoughts and tap into the wild woman that's within you, because she knows the way. And let's work together to pave your own path to a life that is worth living, one that you can be proud of. So if you're tired of living a life that feels way too little for who you actually are, I want you to stick around, because this is all part of my 30-day challenge, where I'm going to be sharing daily tips to help women like you find their passion and transition into a life of purpose, meaning, and total freedom. So if you want the rest of the challenge, make sure you follow and subscribe and come along for the ride. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, there's a link in the description below where you can book a one-on-one call, and I can help get you started with paving the path to your freedom. I hope that helps you on your journey. Until we meet again, live wild, live free, wild woman run free. See you next time.